I have a secret to tell you about Aquarius. Now, some of you may already know this. Some of you are probably not going to believe me. And that's okay, I don't care. So, I got to tell it though, okay? So, let's do the introduction, and then I am going to tell you the secret that some of you know and others are going to be shocked at. I am Queen Osset Haru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and pass it on to someone who will like it as well. Please drop us a positive comment in the comment section and stick around to the end because I'm going to read some positive comments from other previous videos. If you would like to get a reading done, please inbox me or email me or hit me up. All my information is underneath this video. Please consider becoming a patron because I've been dropping some saucy videos just for my patrons over on Patreon. And if you would like to get some Ask an Aquarius or ArchAngel Michael merchandise, those links are also underneath this video. So this is what I'm going to tell you about Aquarius, okay? It says here, Aquarius is an idealist. Some of you might know that part. Who believes in true love. They're searching for a best friend and soulmate in one. Now, most Aquarius, I don't know. I'm trying to think if most Aquarius will admit this. I think a lot of us will admit this. It depends because, mind you, this, of course, isn't every Aquarius. It's just a great deal of us. A great deal of us are very idealistic, especially when it comes to that. And we do believe in true love. And a lot of people get angry with Aquarius for not committing to them or not wanting to commit to them. And what they don't understand is that the Aquarius is not committing for no reason. The Aquarius is not committing because whatever that situation is not the Aquarius's ideal of true love. That's really the bottom line to what it is. And sometimes people will think, well, that ideal is unrealistic. Well, sometimes maybe it is a little extreme. It might be. But I think that fundamentally Aquarius is searching for a best friend and a soulmate. And I don't think that's far-fetched. I think you can have a lover, a partner, a wife, a husband who is your best friend and your soulmate if both of you want the same thing. See, what I've come to find is that when most people mess up in this area is they will want this. They will want true love. They'll be idealistic. They will want a friend and a soulmate. But then they settle for somebody who ain't nowhere near that. How many times have I settled? How many times have you settled for somebody and was like, they okay? For me, it was every time. I've never been with somebody who really was what I wanted. I was just like, they okay. I'll do this for now. I'm always a for now kind of thinker. I'm like, this is good for now, And sometimes that person would get angry that I didn't want to continue being with them. Some people try to force you to be with them or like try to coerce you or trick you into being with them. And that's not going to work with an Aquarius because if this isn't what they see, what we see in our mind, that's where the ideal comes from. It's a picture we have in our mind. And if that picture with you does not fit, then the Aquarius is not going to commit to you. If it doesn't fit, we won't commit. Okay? That's the Aquarius slogan. You guys take that hashtag. If it doesn't fit, we won't commit. That's the Aquarius. So everything has to fit this idea. And most of the time, we don't tell the other person what the ideal is. Because we don't want them to just do it because they know that's what our ideal is. They won't be able to keep it up. If I tell you my ideals about relationships and you're like, I want to get her, so I'm going to do exactly what she wants. You're not going to be able to keep it up forever. In most cases, most people won't be able to keep it up a couple days, much less, indefinitely. It has to be organically and sincerely part of how you roll. It just has to be part of how you move. And if it's not part of how you move and you try to make it, force it to be how you move, it's going to come off fake. And then the Aquarius is going to be like, this person, this ain't sincere. So when I talk to people who, want to be with an Aquarius, because I get a lot of calls about people who want to be with an Aquarius, the first thing I tell them is be your Aquarius's friend. If you really want to get an Aquarius to be with you, be their friend. Be their true friend. Don't try to get them in bed. Don't try to do whatever it is you want to do. Just be their friend. Talk to them. Slow walk it too, because Aquarius can tell if you're trying to rush them into something. Just slow walk it. Be their friend. Because remember when I talked about the ideal of true love? This is what true love looks like to an Aquarius. It looks like a real friend who slowly over time becomes a partner. Somebody who has that connection with us. But that connection does not develop overnight. We're not the kind of person that you can meet in a nightclub and think you're going to have us in a relationship in a week. It's not going to happen. Only time that happens is if lust is involved. Lust is involved, or if the Aquarius has ulterior motives, like they need some place to stay, so they jump into a relationship with you. But in general, being our friend is the way to get a relationship with an Aquarius. And I know that sounds backwards. It sounds like, okay, so friend zone myself to get a relationship. Isn't that usually the other way around? And it's like, no, don't do it to get the relationship, because sometimes it will never happen. Sometimes you will remain in that friend zone indefinitely or forever. So don't do it like, okay, I'm gonna do this just to get this. But if that's what you want, that's a good place to start. Friendship, true, sincere friendship, hanging out, going places, anything that really stimulates the Aquarius. Like, for instance, ask the Aquarius, what do they like to do? And if the Aquarius is like, I like sitting on the couch drinking wine, be like, okay, want to come over and drink some wine? Whatever they're into. I like reading books, by Shakespeare. Okay, well, how about we read a sonnet and talk about it tonight when I get home from work? Something as simple as that is stimulating enough to an Aquarius, and they'd be like, okay, maybe I could be this person's friend. And then after the friendship is developed, then a lot of Aquarius are more open to you. They're more open to attaching to you and being around you. And then you have the best bet that they might be like, you know what? I'm really feeling this person. If it's going to happen, it's probably more than likely going to happen that way. Now, I'm not saying that love at first sight doesn't happen. I'm not saying that other things like that don't happen, but they're usually based on lust, because they've happened to me. Okay? They've happened to me. Man, let me tell you a lust story, all right? Since we're all here, why not, right? I remember, you guys know I always talk to you guys about my Taurus. I used to really be into this Taurus. I wouldn't be with her now because she's not what I want. I realized there's another time when I settled for good enough that wasn't good enough. And that's why we ended up breaking up. But anyway, when I first met her, there was so much lust. Oh my God, I'll never forget. We met at a Dunkin' Donuts because we wanted to meet in a public place because we met online. So we thought it would, make sense, to meet someplace public and just have coffee. We had never met each other before. We had talked a little bit back and forth. She is gorgeous. She is gorgeous. I mean, gorgeous. She just bipolar and unwilling to really deal with her treatments. Unwilling to do what she got to do for herself. Put it like that. So that's why we didn't work out. But she's gorgeous. And I remember being in Dunkin' Donuts and just being like, oh my God. Like, I just wanted to kiss her so bad. She was so beautiful. And in the UK, today is the first day of Lesbian Visibility Day. So any of you in the UK, hey! But anyway, so she's sitting there, beautiful, long hair, pretty brown eyes, you know, with the cutest accent. She's Puerto Rican. She's the cutest accent. Anyway, we got outside to my car. It was time for me to drive her, you know, back to where, because I think we met there, and I told her I would drive her home or something like that. And we walk over to my car, and we're standing there looking at each other, and we didn't say anything. We just came together and started kissing. And we're in the parking lot at Dunkin' Donuts, French kissing like there's no tomorrow. Okay? No tomorrow. So you might get some of that lust going on with Aquarius pretty quickly in some cases, yeah. But as far as true love is concerned, it's going to have to be a slow burn. Because even in that particular case, we were making out in the parking lot, but it took us a while to really grow closer together and like be open with each other, you know? So yeah, that's basically my lust story. So if you want an Aquarius to be into you, lust is fine, but it's that friendship that's really going to get your foot in the door. Okay? Aquarius don't care. We don't care how sexy you are. We don't care how much money you make. We don't care about none of that. We care about how we feel when we're with you, how you make us feel. We care about, do you stimulate our mind? Because all that other stuff we get bored with, even the sex part. The sex part it's not going to be enough. You might get a couple weeks with just sex, but you're going to have a good conversation or something. You're going to have something, or the Aquarius is going to swim off eventually for somebody who entertains us more, interests us more. So it's going to have to be more than just that lust. So let me see. Benizia Asati, I think is the name. If I butchered that, please forgive me. I love how you wear your crown so gracefully in every video. Suits you well, Queen. My godfather gave me my first couple of crowns, and I've bought a few since then. So I probably got like 10 crowns at this point. But yeah, thank you. I like them. I like them a lot. Somebody told me that I shouldn't wear them anymore. They're for little girls. And I was like, well, look, I guess it is what it is. Little girls are going to have to share them with me, okay? It'll be me and little girls. Is Aldine L. Sid says, great to see you light up a screen again. I genuinely thought you were on some sort of extended vacation. Welcome home, Queen. Take care of your health, you aquas, and your workaholic tendencies. Yeah, I know. That's exactly, because it was like, I really believe everything that I went through during that time that I was sick. I really believe a great deal of it was that my body just wanted to rest. I really do. Because the pandemic lasted, the height of the pandemic lasted for a while. So from the beginning of the pandemic to February, I was working a lot more than I usually do. And I really do think that workaholic shit is why my body was just like, look, I can't work all the time and fight off these illnesses. What you trying to do, you know? So that's how I think that's why I think my stomach infection was so bad and hit me so hard, because there's a lot of people that had food poisoning that didn't get as sick as I did. You know, I think my immune system just was tired and couldn't fight it off. So I'm back to normal now. So let's all thank Goddess. All right, guys, you come back soon because I got a lot more to say. See you later.